Hi, and welcome to Lisa's Stamp Studio. If you've ever bought paper crafting embellishments, you more than likely have a small plastic container that they came in. And if you're like me, you probably have saved those, wondering, someday I'm going to do something with these. And today is the day. I've got a great idea for you to repurpose those small embellishment containers. Not only can you use them to hold small gifts, but today we're going to turn it into an ornament. If this is your first time visiting my YouTube channel, I would love to have you subscribe. Make sure you click that small bell icon that's next to the subscribe button so that you'll receive notifications when I'm live here on YouTube, as well as when I upload a new video. Let's head over to the stamp table and let's get started on today's project. Here's a good close-up of that adorable Christmas ornament that we're going to be creating together. Embellishments typically come in some sort of packaging, and the ones with Stampin' Up come in these small plastic containers, as like many other companies do. So sequins and any other small embellishment types. I started by removing the label that was on the front and the back, and the easiest way to do this is to take a heat tool and lightly heat this up. You don't want to melt the plastic, and then I used my paper piercing tool attachment on my take your pick tool to carefully lift it off, and it came off quite easily. I did that on the front as well as on the back, which left me with this. Now you're going to notice there's a little bit of glue here or adhesive that's left over. I didn't even worry about that because it's going to end up being covered. If you don't want to mess with that or you don't have a heat tool, you're just going to repeat one of the steps that I'm going to use here for the inside of the container as well. I'm going to be using the 2 1/4 inch circle punch, and I'm going to be using the beautiful designer series paper called Wrapped in Plaid. This comes in a very generous stack of 48 pieces, all measuring 6 by 6, and like most of the Stampin' Up papers, they are double-sided, giving you lots of options. The one reason a double-sided paper is going to work out extremely well is because if you decide to alter this project and use it as a gift container, that other pattern is going to show through on the inside. I'm going to start by punching 2 of these out. There'll be one for the top and one for the bottom. Just before you joined me, I went ahead and used some gold foil paper, and I die cut a circle using the Layering Circles dies, probably one of my favorite die sets here in the studio. I love the graduated sizes, and not only do you get the plain circles, but you also receive the scallop circles as well. Now I want to give you a tip about die cutting foil. If your cutting plates look anything like mine in your die cutting machine, oftentimes these scratch marks can actually transfer to the foil. So let's just imagine for a second that this was on my die cutting machine and I want to die cut the foil. My tip for you is to use a piece of plain white copy paper and protect that foil before you place the die on top, and then cover it with the clear mat. That will prohibit the transfer of these scratch marks to the foil because it's been protected. I'm going to be using my silicone craft sheet to help me add adhesive to this. This will protect my work surface. Adhesive, liquid glue, and hot glue will not stick to it, which is going to protect my surface from getting sticky. I flip that over and I'm going to add adhesive generously to the back side, making sure that I work along the edges so I don't have lifting. This is our container. It is closed up. I'm going to place this on the bottom of that container. I'm looking to leave a small margin of that clear container all the way around. The remaining circle I'm going to add adhesive to as well, and this time I'm going to layer it on the gold that we die cut. I'll go ahead and flip this over, and I'll do the same thing by adding adhesive generously. You want to make sure that you work near the edges so that you don't have any of that lifting on this as well. And this is the top. This die cut extra circle is going to provide us with a little bit more coverage. Obviously, you can go ahead and do the gold foil layer on the bottom if you would like, and then just make sure that you burnish that into the plastic so it sticks. The great thing about removing the sticker is there's leftover adhesive on there, which is really going to help this stick. I'm going to set that aside. And I have a piece of Whisper White cardstock here. I'm going to be using the Shaded Spruce ink pad. The one thing I love about the Stampin' Up products is the color coordination, and I've chosen to use this adorable plaid Christmas tree. This comes from the stamp set called Perfectly Plaid. That product can be found in the current holiday catalog with Stampin' Up. Now, if you don't already have a demonstrator and you would like a complimentary copy of this catalog or the current annual catalog, head over to lisasstampstudio.com and click on Contact Me. I'm going to ink that up in the Shaded Spruce ink pad, and I'm going to stamp that here at the bottom of my scrap paper. The beauty of this stamp set is it also has a coordinating punch. You can purchase them as a bundle and save 10%, or you can choose to purchase them separately. I'm going to flip that over and I'm going to line up my tree, and then we'll punch that out. I decided to spruce that tree up just a little bit, and I'm going to be using the beautiful tinsel trim. This comes from a product medley in that holiday catalog. It's here on page 39, and I think this is often overlooked. This abundant product medley includes all kinds of designer series paper, beautiful printed and die-cut sticker sheets, foil paper, dies, a stamp set, and the list goes on. And that trim is part of that. I'm going to pick up that tree and I'm going to add a glue dot to the back side. That's going to help hold that tinsel in place. I'm going to place that right here at the very top back. I'm going to start with the end of my tinsel trim to tack that in place. And then I'm just going to weave this around my tree as if I was decorating it. Once I'm satisfied, I'm going to determine where it needs to be cut. And then with my take your pick tool, I've got my paper piercing tool attachment. I'm going to pick up one of those glue dots. I'm going to place that glue dot here at the base of the tree, and that's going to hold the remainder of our tinsel trim in place. I'm going to add some dimensionals to the back side. I'm going to add one here in the middle and one here at the bottom. And I want to get a smaller one at the top. I've got mini dimensionals here, and I absolutely love these for those little tight fits. So I'm going to add one more there. And then with that tool attachment, I'm going to go ahead and remove those paper backings. And that'll get centered right here in the front of our container. This in itself is adorable, and it's great for packaging. The designer series paper shows through, which makes the presentation beautiful. Consider M&Ms, Tic Tacs, mints, or even chocolate coins if maybe this is a classroom party favor or even a holiday party favor. These are great for showers as well. Bridal or baby showers, just change up the theme. It'll also hold jewelry, stickers for a child's birthday party, and even gift tags. So you can use it as a gift container, but I want to teach you how to use it also as an ornament. I've sealed up the container here, and I'm going to bring in the coordinating ribbon to that suite of products. This shaded spruce striped ribbon is gorgeous with that gold filament down the center. I'm going to go back to my glue dots, and I'm going to pull one more of those glue dots off, and I'm going to work here at the top, and I'm going to place it right here in the center. I'm going to take the end of my ribbon and attach it to that glue dot. Now, if you want, you can put more glue dots around here to secure it, or you can actually apply tear and tape adhesive right to the ribbon. I'm going to come all the way around. I'm going to take one more of the glue dots. I'm going to add that right on top of the end of this ribbon. Make sure that you pull the ribbon tautly, and then you're going to finish by tacking those two pieces together. The next step is to create a loop. So I'm going to leave, maybe about 2 inches here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tuck this under, and I'm going to create a loop so that we can make it a hanger for the tree. One more time, I've got a glue dot here. I'm going to center that right on top of where the others were. I'm going to twist my ribbon to make a loop, and you can make it as big or as small as you'd like. And then any excess I'm going to take here to the back, and I'll just trim away. Now you can take your Christmas hook and thread it right through and hang it from your tree. Really simple, but very impressive. Here's the one we made together today, the one I made before you joined me. If you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up here on YouTube, which is a like. It certainly helps. And I look forward to seeing you next time for more ideas. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great day.